Cape in North is a place for girls to date. But not boys. Hello in unexpected place. I'm Camera Old Man. Yes. Folks, we found Camera Old Man again. Let's get a picture. A story in one sentence. Yeah, a thief came. Write a story in 3 words. A thief came. Dun, dun, dun. Why? I don't understand why this house is here and you can't do anything with it. It feels really strange. Paper straws are overhated, really. Single plastic use is just terrible. Yeah, I never have a problem like with paper straws. Like if you're getting paper straws with like a Coke or like a Fanta or something like that, like it's fine. I've only ever had problems with them when I've bought a milkshake. But like, it's such a small price to pay, isn't it? It's just a slight everyday inconvenience. I'm a bit puzzled as to how paper straws have sort of been a mainstream thing for so long and there haven't been any sort of like technological advancements in the field of paper straws. That feels odd to me. Guangdong Power Station extend to east in front of Wandao Road 9th Tax. Oh yeah, we talked to that guy. Absolute gibberish. They suck in milkshakes, but yeah, exactly. Small price to pay. Small price to pay. Oh shit, we've done this already. Bamboo straws are great, just not as profitable. Yeah, I should say, yeah, there's probably been technological advancements, but there haven't been any technological advancements that have been worth it to companies that are just trying to grind out the biggest profit possible. A hole with punchy monster. My dance machine starts to react. Okay, fair enough. They're only bad if you're drinking slow. But even if with milkshake nights, they're bad with a milkshake because they... It's when it's like by your lips, like it gets wet very easily because you have to suck so hard for like a McDonald's milkshake. And then what happens is you just sort of move a little bit further down the straw to do the next bit, and eventually you're just deep throating it, and it's not nice. Sometimes what I'll do, even if I'm in public, is I'll just take the straw and I'll just drink it like that. It's a mess, but like sometimes you've got to do what you got to do, you know. Brandon, this is it's called Vietnamese because the bootleg was originally found in Vietnam. Well, the bootleg is called Vietnamese Crystal, but it's actually Japanese translated into Chinese, translated into English. But apart from that, it's exactly the same. It's just the dialogue that's different. But that's why it's called Vietnamese. I used to think it was because it was translated from Vietnamese or something, but it's not. It's just because the bootleg was found in Vietnam. So this is R24, folks. The mood is good. It's a great trouble to go by quietly. And what? Do you gently remove? There's no nugget bridge. I mean, there is obviously, but I thought there'd be trainers on it. Suction collapses the straw. Yeah, I'll try that. I usually don't drink the milkshake for like a good 15 minutes. After I get given one, but even then it feels like it's not enough. But toys get infinite use though. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know what you mean, Neon. I'm more likely to throw away a paper toy than throw away a plastic one. I got a Kinder Egg a couple of years ago, and the toy, it was like a little. In fact, no, I did get a. Is it on my? I got a Kinder Egg not long ago, and it had. It was only a little bit of plastic, but there was. I'm sure there was a plastic bit in it. It was like a little chicken. I think the chicken was made of paper, but it sat on a little plastic thing. But it was so flimsy that I'm more inclined to throw that away. Which is probably worse because then I am throwing plastic away. Do you know what I mean? I might see if I can find a picture of it possibly. Kinder Egg. And Kinder Egg chicken's not going to come up with much, is it? But I'm convinced it was a little it had some sort of plastic like base or something. We've caught one of these. I don't know. I can't remember now. Who uses straws anyway? I like using a straw, Nerdmo. You got a problem with that? You can always get your own straw, like you said, Knights. Get a metal one. Could do that. I don't fancy carrying around a straw with me though, just for emergency uses. That's the only thing. I know it's not like it's heavy and it's not fucking weighing me down or anything like that, but it's more that like if I just keep it in a bag, it's just gonna... Is it not just gonna get dirty? You will get luxurious prize after one over 6 men. Oh, blimey. Okay. I mean, Kinder Eggs are rubbish now anyway, because they just cost too much. Like, I would not get a Kinder... I think someone gave me a Kinder Egg. That's why I had a Kinder Egg about a year or two ago. I would not buy one now. They just... For what you get, it's not worth it. It's like I don't buy single cream eggs anymore. Because they're not worth it. They're just too expensive. You know? Nice. It's a question of time. Do good. Imagine getting a drink and just whip out your own straw. I know, I wouldn't feel weird doing that or anything like that. It's just that I wouldn't know, unless I'm specifically going out just for a drink and that's it. I just don't know where I'd carry it. Do I keep it in its own like straw like case or like something? I don't know. I've got a having said that, I've got a reusable coffee cup. I've never used it, but I have got one if I ever want to. It's a Rilakkuma one. I got it for a couple of quid in TK Maxx about a year ago. I've never used it though. Bloody hell, that was still on. It's a power move, yeah. You just get them to pour it directly in your mouth. That's a power move. This light's gone into the modern lunchbox liquid holder straw stuff. I'm not familiar with... What do you mean modern lunchboxes? What does that mean? Oh, that's just unlocked a memory for me. When I was in high school, there was one point where I was using a Tupperware box as a pencil case, and people found that really funny. I was using like a bit of Tupperware as a pencil case. I think someone might find that funny. I don't know. I thought it was perfectly normal. Like, not normal, but like it's not weird. It's not terribly weird. It's like it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense. It's quite funny. But why is it funny? It's what I don't get. It's just... I don't know. Kinder Eggs were decent when they were 70p. I mean, God, I don't know how much they are now, but... Yeah. They must be so small now as well. They must be pretty small. Like with bento style dividers and heat vents that you can open and close. That's too advanced for my liking, I think. Kids will laugh at the stupidest stuff. They will do, won't they? Don't they? Won't they? I agree. Unbelievable. There's a DPD van. Is she calls me to say that she's bought me a berry or something like that? Oh, for fuck's sake. There's a DPD van outside, and where it's parked, the sun is reflecting off it. Nutcracker let. Sorry about that, folks. It was a nutcracker lip. Yeah, I did say that. I did say it was a nutcracker. That was a Huel box. Gonna join the Twitch stream, see you there. No problem, Neon. I'll see you in a minute. I just need to send a text. Hang on a second. My mum's ordered some Huel stuff. I don't know how I feel about that. Bandicon, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Did that announce thing work? Wait. Hang on. I didn't mean to do the announcement as like the fucking like it shouts it on the stream sort of thing. Oh, it's Neon Scene. Lovely. What would you rather me call you? Do you have a preference? Hello, Jack Fuel. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, folks. I had to get the door. Daddy, apart from that, would you like me to? Fair enough. A good answer. I don't think anyone said that before. My mum's ordered some Huel stuff. Gonna have to talk her out of that. I don't know. I have a prejudice against Huel, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I find it's a little bit Soylent Green is people kind of thing. The third will not be dealt with easy. Anything works. All right. I might call you Bendy. Just because I tend to want to call people by the name of whatever their username on the platform they're on. So people know who, like if I say Nightlights is there, but if I'm calling him Michael all the time, people will be watching and going, who's Michael? Like it's not particularly clear. If that makes sense. Yeah, who is Michael?
Yeah. What?
What? I didn't mean I thought the / announce thing was the thing where it turns it into italics. What's the message where it turns it into italics? What's the / command on Twitch to make a message italics? Is it me / me? I didn't mean to do the announce thing, but I kind of like it. Do we like having the Nutcracker thing being an announcement like that? Like it highlights it for the world to see. Like that. Ooh, that looks very strange on Castellabs. I don't like that. It makes your text on Castellabs. Not only does it make your text italics, but it also makes your text the same color as your username, and it makes your text bold as well. And it also makes the name on your message bold, which is strange. It feels like it shouldn't do that. I don't know, it's really weird. You can make a graphic of Lep's head with a walnut in his mouth. Folks, I need to show you something that I made yesterday. Of Lep. It's good. Looks normal on mobile. It does, but I'm looking at Castellabs. It's not normal on Castellabs. It's fine though. It's not. People don't use it all the time anyway, so it's the first time that someone's used it in here. So, am I not playing FM again? I don't know. I don't know. I would love to say yeah, I'll play it again at some point, but I don't know if I'll stream it. It's kind of a bit of a stream killer, if that makes sense. Like, people generally aren't interested in FM. I know some people are, obviously, but when I was doing FM, I think there was maybe like 3 people watching. Which isn't, I'm not too bothered about that, but I don't know. I'd love to say yeah, but I honestly don't know. I don't want to promise it and then not play it. I have got FM24 and I've never played it. I've never played it. Yeah, feeling bad. But yeah, I'm not sure. I've got a lot of FM stuff on my YouTube though. You know, if anyone, I know VODs aren't as interesting, but feeling a bit tired when it is the 4th. Might be worth playing in a 12 or 24 hours. I don't think I've ever done a. I don't know what the longest stream I've done is. It's probably one of the charity ones that I did. It was probably about 12 hours. I can't do a stream longer than like 12 hours. I just shut down. I just shut down. I'm also I don't like the idea of doing a 24-hour one because there's very much going to be a lull at the point where like people are going to sleep. Like I just imagine myself streaming at like 4 AM And I just go, I don't ever want to do that. If people want to do that, that's fine. But I don't think I could do that. David, I'm in a 2042 Arsenal save in FM24. Nice. I think we got to the last FM I played was 23, and I managed Bradford City. And we took them from League 2 and won the Premier League by the end of it. I think we ended in 2035. And then what I did is I ended the save, but then I simulated it from there. I resigned as the manager, and then I just simulated it for like 10 years. And the guy, I can't remember who it was that took over. Maybe Julian Nagelsmann took over as the manager and just won like pretty much everything for the next 5 years. It was crazy, like watching it back. It was a good time. It was a really good time, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm stuck in limbo. Everyone is asleep and time goes slow. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it if time went fast, but like time would go so slow with that sort of thing, wouldn't it? And I just don't know if I could be bothered with it. I've done charity streams, but I only did it for like 12 hours. Like a specific like I'm raising money for this charity kind of stream, as opposed to what I do now, where I've just got like a charity link there. I guess that's a bit different. You know, Julian Assange. Excuse me, Noble? Why are you saying that person's name? Charity does give you a lot of purpose to keep going, Bandy, but at the same time, if I was doing a charity stream, I would want to be like 100% at it the whole time to make the stream as entertaining as possible. If I'm like 19 hours into a stream and I'm just exhausted, I don't think that's going to be entertaining for people to watch necessarily. So instead of doing like a 24-hour stream, I'd probably rather do like 2 12-hour ones instead. You know? So I think the charity stream that we did, I can't remember when it was, like 3 years ago now nearly. And I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it because I did it in partnership with like an organisation that contacted me, was like, hey, would you do a charity stream? And I was like, oh, because I've been thinking about it. I was like, yeah, okay. And then they were very much like in control of everything that happened, to the point where like I couldn't even set like the goal target, because they set a goal target of like the amount of money to raise, and I said, like, I know the people that watch my stream, I know my community, I know the size of it, I'm not going to reach that amount of money. And I was sort of saying, like, if you made it a bit lower, then I think it would actually get to a point where that would be reachable, and therefore, because it's reachable, people are more likely to donate to it. And they were like, no. They went, no, you've got to make it. I can't remember how much it was. I think they said I had to raise $1,500. It was in dollars as well, which is a bit annoying. I think they said I had to raise $1,500 minimum as like the minimum goal, and I said that's not going to happen. I said if you make it 1,000, they might reach 1,000, and then we can go from there. And they said no, it's got to be 1,500 minimum. At the end, we only raised 940, which is exactly what I said would happen. If it was $940 and the goal was 1,000. I can absolutely assure you someone would have donated, or multiple people would have donated a bit of money to get to that $1,000 mark, because that's not that much. Whereas it was like $940, people aren't going to suddenly, I wasn't suddenly going to be like, right, folks, you've got to raise $560 in the next hour. Like, that's not going to happen. Exactly. Someone would have pushed it if it's 5% away as opposed to 33%. Exactly. They did. I explained this to them and they didn't understand. They did not. It was like I was talking a different language to them. I should say that wasn't the charity that was talking to me about it. It was like this, like, I don't know what they call it. It was like a third party kind of thing where they work with charities to like connect with streamers to do charity streams for them. I regret it so much. Like, we raise money for charity and that is fantastic, but if I was going to do another charity stream, I would just do it myself. Like, do not do a charity stream like a middleman. Yeah. It's basically they were sort of working almost like as a marketing team for the charity and like reaching out to streamers to be like, hey, will you raise money for this charity? And I understand that business model to an extent. I need someone to learn cut. But if I was to do another one, I would just do it myself. And I would say to anyone, if you're doing a charity stream and a company like that's not the charity, if just like a third party company contacts you to be like, will you raise money for charity for this company? No, just say no. Just do it. Just go, I'm just going to raise money for them and I'll do it myself. Because the only thing that they helped with was doing a giveaway. And the giveaway wasn't even, apparently, I know who, I think, it was a giveaway and I got to choose what the giveaway item was. And I chose like a headset or something like that, something a bit gamery, you know, people might enter for that. But the weird, stupid way that they did it with the terms and conditions is it wasn't that anyone who donated during the stream would enter the giveaway. It was only people who would donate like during a specific like 15-minute section of it. So people had donated like maybe at the start of the stream like 20 quid or something like that, or like 50 quid, and then you got to the giveaway point and they weren't entered to it, and they were like, oh, so I have to donate again to enter it. And you know what? It made me look like a fucking prick as well. I had explained it, but like, they might have been there for the explanation of that. You know? And so anyway, Bandicon, you won't know who this is, but Sophie, people will know who I'm talking about if I say Sophie. Sophie won the giveaway and basically had a nightmare actually trying to get the item off them. Oh shit, it's ground, isn't it? Just had a... Fucking hell. Basically had a nightmare trying to get this item off them because they were just delaying it and were like having shipping problems and stuff. And eventually, I believe, like weeks later, they just were like... Because there's a thing with giveaways, with most giveaways, that you're allowed to substitute the gift for like a cash replacement. So say if you win a headset that's worth 100 quid, you can actually just say, I don't want the headset, can you just give me 100 quid? And eventually they basically had to do that. I think what happened is, because the company was American and the person who won is in the UK, what happened was they didn't want to ship. They didn't want to ship the item because it would cost them money to ship the item from America to the UK, especially if it's something like a headset. It's gonna cost them quite a bit to ship it. So they were just like trying to get her to accept the cash replacement price. Really shitty stuff. It makes sense, yeah, it makes sense, but they shouldn't do that, obviously, because they knew that I was in the... I literally had... When we set this up, I had a Discord call with like 5 people that worked from that company where we set all this up. So they knew I was from the UK. They knew that everyone that I knew like in the community was from the UK. They would have known this stuff. So it was just so shitty. Anyway, that company, I don't know if it exists anymore, but it used to be known as Soft Giving, which was quite popular. Like, if you streamed on Twitch, you probably may have heard of Soft Giving a few years ago. I think they've changed their name now because they got such a bad... they had like a huge scandal where they did a charity stream for a big streamer. They did a charity stream for a huge streamer, and it raised like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they took like a massive cut of that money, like 50% of it or something like that, without telling anyone. 46%, there you go. There you go. Now, when I did my charity stream, they didn't mention anything about that, and I looked back in the terms and conditions, and it doesn't mention about any of them thing taking a cut or anything like that. However, what was in the thing, what was in the thing that I had to sign was like a thing of like I'm not allowed to disparage them, and stuff like that. But fuck that. They can sue me if they want to. I don't give a fuck. A wonderful fight. Amazing for you and your monster. But yeah, they're called something else now. I think they're still going, but they're called... let me have a look. Brandfluence. They're called Brandfluence now. So yeah, I feel really bad about that because I have no idea if we raised $940 for a charity, I have no idea how much of that went to the charity. But I'm hoping that all of it went, because that's the impression that I was given, and I wasn't ever told anything other than that. But I would feel like such a prick if like they took like half of that, you know? Because people gave their hard-earned money to that, and it turns out all they've done is actually maybe possibly given half of it to a company that doesn't need it. I don't know. I don't know if they only did that 50% cut thing with like bigger streams or not. I don't know. I don't know. I was a bit naive at the time. I was at the point where I was like, I'll work with any like third-party organization because it kind of looks good on me that I'm like partnering with things. I was talking about a thing the other day when I partnered with a PC building company that just went to shit. So I don't do any of that stuff anymore, really. I'm like affiliated with one company, and that's it. And I'm very transparent about that sort of thing. Eric, bootleg means counterfeit. So like not a legit copy, if that makes sense, Eric. So this game is a remake of a bootleg. So that's why bootleg is in quote marks on TikTok, because it's actually a remake of a bootleg. It's not a bootleg in itself, but it's basically a counterfeit. Yeah, Eric. So this one, it was originally the Japanese copy of Pokémon Crystal, and then it was translated into Chinese and then translated into English. So it's all horribly mistranslated. It's very funny. But that was a Pokémon Crystal game. This one is recreated in Heart Gold, if that makes sense. Sorry, let me catch up on chat and then we'll crack on. Put as many hurdles as possible, hoping the winner stops caring. Yeah, exactly. Feels horrible, but totally out of your control. A good deed ruined by corrupt people. Yeah, but then at some point I do feel guilt about it because it kind of was in my control. Like I could have said no to them, but I just didn't know any better. You know? I think we're all naive until our first time being a victim. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I've learned from that, and it is what it is. Thankfully, the one like company or brand or whatever that I'm affiliated with now, which is Dovetail Games, who make most of the train simulator games, train simulator type games, Train Sim World and stuff like that. It's been really nice. It's been really positive. It's been like 3.5 years now, actually. But I've really enjoyed it. I've never had any sort of serious problems with it or anything like that. They've been very like understanding, and that's sort of also run by a third-party thing. But yeah, it's good. I like it. But I'm also really transparent about that kind of thing now. Like when I play a Train Sim World game, I always say like, if I got the key for free or whatever. Because I don't want people to like, I don't want it to be shady. Do you know what I mean? Not that it is shady, but I don't want it to like feel shady. Harry, welcome in. This is my fave. Welcome in. It's good, isn't it? It's a very good little game. Sorry, let me just catch up on chat really quickly. They have 10 to 50 people making 200k a year. Yeah. It's shit. And do you know what? When they set this up with me, it was in a Discord. It was in a Discord group chat that they made. And they were telling me that, like, oh, we're gonna promote your stream on our channels and stuff like that. And we'll check in with you like during the stream, and we'll you know, after the stream we'll DM you and ask you how it's gone and check in and that kind of thing and see what's gone on. And I was like, yeah, that's brilliant. They didn't promote my stream at all on anywhere at all. And about an hour after I'd finished my charity stream, they like all the people in that group left the group. They just instantly, as soon as I was done, and as soon as I'd raised that money, they'd gone. They'd just run off. And that's when I sort of thought initially that something's not right. It wasn't good. Yeah. Could have been avoided, but especially when doing a nice gesture, you don't expect someone to try and abuse it. Exactly, especially with such a big company like that. And I'd known people that had worked with soft giving before, and they'd said that it was really good. They said they had a really good experience with it, so I was just going off that basically. So an opportunity, yeah. And what it would have been, Bandy, is they would have been commission based, I imagine. Those people that reached out to me, and they would have been commission based. So, you know, if they get me to do a charity stream, they would have received an amount of money. Probably not from the money that I'd raised. They would have received like a flat amount of money, I'd imagine. And if I'd have reached my target goal of, if I'd have reached $1,500, which is what they wanted me to reach, I imagine that was the threshold for them earning like a bonus, which I didn't. And I imagine they saw that and got pissed off because they didn't get a commission. And that's why they wanted the donation amount to be that much, because there's no reason for them to not go for a lower one, because there was levels to it. Like, it was like the first donation goal was 1,500, and then after that was like 2,000, and then 3,000, and then 5,000 or something like that. I was saying you want the first one to be like 500, and the second one to be 1,000, and the third one to maybe be like 1,250 or something like that. The fact that they were not negotiating on that at all, to me, suggests that they were not interested in, like they had a vested interest in me specifically getting that amount of money. Yeah, it was very shit. It was very shit, but I've learned from it, like I said. Like, I just have a thing on Twitch now that's just like instead of the sub thing, people can still sub, but like instead of that subscribe button, it's just a donate to charity thing, and that uses the PayPal giving fund. Which means that all the money, apart from like possibly a small fee of like, it might be like 2% plus 20 pence per transaction or something like that, all the money goes to that charity. It's not using any weird third party thing. So that's what I do now, but I don't do like a specific charity stream. I just like have a charity thing there that I update every month. But yeah, I've learned from it. And I told people about it and stuff, very carefully told people about it, because I technically signed like a thing that said I wasn't allowed to talk shit about them. But that was a red flag in itself, honestly. If you ever get approached by a company and they make you sign something that's like you're not allowed to criticize us, then that's a red flag. But I sort of saw that initially and thought, like, why would I criticize them? We're doing a charity thing. But anyway, I'm going to play the game, folks. Vietnamese Heart Gold. N, it's you. Do you know ZHENFEN? She's my grandson. He does the work about computer in Shangdao, okay. I lived at home myself. Yes, my grandson said a sort of elf too. Conglobate. Green head with leaf. Conglobate. If you have this elf, give... I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see it really. Thanks. I don't know what he's talking about. Harry, this is a remake of a bootleg copy of Pokemon Crystal. So it's all weird translations. Apart from that, it's the same game. It's just the dialogue and the words and stuff. It's Japanese translated into Chinese and then translated into English. Yeah, it's very confusing. You get the hang of it though. There's some words that they use a few times and you end up realising what they mean. It's quite good. So that was Bill's grandfather, I imagine, who was asking to see a specific Pokemon. What specific Pokemon? I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. I might just have to look that up. You know? So it's a little bit more difficult than your standard Heart Gold, Soul Silver because unless you memorize them all, you don't know what each move is. And you don't know what each Pokemon is. Unless you just remember them all. Which is quite difficult. Where's Jim here? You do this in Crystal? Nice. I've still never played, like, the original Crystal. I've played the... I've played, like, remakes of it. I think, like, Liquid Crystal was one that was made in... It was using, like, Emerald as the base or something. That was good. You want to see one fire, one water, one grass, and one electric, but they're specific ones. Oh, okay. I might have to look it up on Bulbapedia or something like that. Or just not do it. Or just not do it. I don't know if it's really important. Right, let's do some gym stuff then, folks. So this is... Curator Giazime is a wild girl. I believe that's Misty. There's no gym guy that says champ in the making here. Happened to go out, Gymnasium Curator. Giazime. She's not in? She's not in. Right, okay. That's fine. We can go back. Prize isn't that good. They're just elemental swords. I won't bother then. I won't bother unless we really need that stuff later on. So, let's go to... We go left or do we go right? I think we go... Let's see if we can go right first. If I can remember how to do that. There we go. R9. R9, folks. Inge drug. Super stuff. Pick the trash and bring back. That's it. That's the end of the sentence. Ronaldo, yeah. I saw. Oh, and I thought. I'm sure that's a thing. Yeah, it's Ronaldo, isn't it? The good one. How's it looking on TikTok? Right, how's the layout looking? Is it alright? I know the bottom screen you can't really see because the chat's there, but I think it's as good as I can do without making everything really tiny. Shots fired. I've never got into that Messi Ronaldo debate. It's never been of interest to me. It's just one of those things I don't know. People go, yeah, but you have to pick one. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't have to do anything. It's fine. The world's not going to end because I didn't pick Messi or Ronaldo. People who asked that have forgotten Ronaldinho. Fucking hell, Ronaldinho. My favourite ever goal. I have my two favourite goals in football. But you have to pick one, yeah. You have to pick one though. It's like you have to pick one, otherwise your whole family dies. It's like, well, they're not. And if that situation does happen, then I will probably pick one. But I will probably just pick one at random. Right, let's remember remove. Fillet. Bite with fire, maybe numbed or burn it. Let's get rid of that one. I've got your family here. My two favourite goals lost out in football. There's two of them. One's a bit hipstery and one's not. Ronaldinho against Chelsea in the Champions League. Do you know the one I'm talking about? It was at Chelsea. Barcelona were in their sort of like brown away kit. Like light brown away kit. The sort of gold browny away kit. And he's on the edge of the box and he does that weird like dummy thing, the little dance. It was about 2006, something like that. It might have been 2005 actually. I'm not sure, but yeah. The little dance and the toe poke. everything about that is fantastic because of the I love the crowd noise afterwards, like the Barcelona fans, because they don't do that sort of, they don't do the English sort of like cheering where they just go yeah. They do that sort of like, it's like you could hear them all collectively say like, oh shit. I mean, they didn't say shit, but they sort of make that noise of like, I can't believe what I've just seen sort of thing. I love it. And also, it sounds really weird, but something else that I like in that goal is the fact that when he scores, the referee blows the whistle. You don't hear that too much these days. I don't know if they've changed it. I don't know if they've ever changed that, but he scores and the referee blows the whistle to be like, he's scored. Now that used to be a thing, and I don't think they do that anymore. But for some reason that makes it for me. I just think it sounds so good. It's a really, really specific thing. My other favourite goal is you'll have to find a video of it. Mauro Bressan. That's Bressan. Mauro Bressan. For Fiorentina against Barcelona in the 90s. If you look that up, I could just watch that on a loop for hours. Like, it is ridiculous. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, do you remember Ibrahimovic's goal against England where he did that overhead kick from like way out? It's like that. He's a little bit closer in. It's like that, but like everyone's in the right position. Like it's not an open goal or anything like that. 1999, yeah. Outside the box, overhead kick, and it just, everyone's like, you know, the keeper's in a good position and all that. It just comes off the bar and goes in. Honestly. I think part of it is audio quality. It's so bad it was good. Yeah. It's got that nostalgic sort of like retro feel to it, you know? But I think the Ibrahimovic one is probably, well, it's maybe better. In some sense it is, because it was on a weird angle and he was so far out. But at the same time, it was an open goal. Like, if it wasn't an open goal, he wouldn't have scored that. Whereas the Breston one's a bit different. What's this? 65.95? 60? No, let's not do it. Light bit. No, I don't want to learn light bit. Remember, no. Light bit, recite it. Light bit, conceal it. No. Okay, that's it's over. Only have a warn. Thanks, mate. BRB, cat's been a dickhead. No problem. Just doesn't have the same. Just doesn't sound the same without audio quality. Yeah, you're right. It's like COD in 2010, raging versus the enemy team. Yeah. With just the worst possible mics. We've not got that far today, have we? I mean, well, we have a little bit actually. We've done 2 badges. I am walking as well, which makes it a little bit slower, but whatever. Nice. Doesn't help that the health bar goes down so slowly. What's bread? What Pokemon is bread? Oh, it's Sand Slash, of course. What else was it going to be? Crap. That's fine. That's not a problem. Jid. Go with the wagon. Mobile wagon wheels? They're shit now, aren't they? too small. Just get wagon wheels the size of a plate. You didn't, but that would be good, wouldn't it? Imagine having a wagon wheel that's so big you had to slice it up like a pie. Or like a pizza. Like, you just take a slice of wagon wheel. It's actually the size of a wagon wheel. You just take a slice of it. They should make that. They should make that a thing. Why is that not a thing? Lie. Don't know what that is. Let me check. It's... Elf will give light source while using the reflector. I don't have a clue what that is. I don't have a clue what that is. I haven't the foggiest. What's down here? That. Tell you a secret. Normal version? Marvin, welcome in. What do you mean, sorry? Normal version of what? Forgive me. I'm an idiot. Also, dig is... What is that? Is it Psywave or something? What Pokemon is this? This is Heart Gold, but we're using it. It's a bootleg copy. Or it's meant to be like a bootleg copy, at least. But it's basically just Heart Gold. Baked. Staked. I hope that answered your question. I can explain if you need more detail though. I was tempted to be like explain exactly what the bootleg is on the TikTok layout, but I don't have the space for it. Lost out. I don't have the space on it to like put in exact detail what it is. It's a very small screen, you know. So the language is English, but it won't make it's not perfect English because it was Japanese translated into Chinese and then translated into English. So it won't. It's not perfect English. It won't make any sense. But that's part of the, you know, that's part of the entertainment, I guess. The hill is slivery. Hope that makes sense, Kyle. Apart from that, the game is exactly the same. I didn't mean to do that. That was the wrong one. That was the wrong move. Oh, that's good. I flew. That was really lucky of me. Let's keep going. Might as well. It's not going to do much, but... Oh, having said that, bloody hell. To answer the question on screen, my favourite's Gen 2. Nice. Gen 2 has a special place in my heart. It was the ones I first... Bloody hell. It's the ones I first played, like, as a kid. But it's ones I first played and understood, like, comprehended, you know? I used to play Pokemon Silver. I used to go around and just leave the Game Boy on and listen to the music. That's a good answer. Had a lot of... I think the only answers that we've had to that are 2, 3, and 4. I don't think anyone said anything else, to be honest with you. Someone might have said 5, I can't remember. Concentrate on sinning and forget of. Okay, good stuff. Thanks for the advice. I'll take it on board. Wouldn't it be nice if I could do Rost? Wouldn't it be nice if I could do a command where when someone asked like, what game is this, it just sort of explained it to them in the comments. But I can't do that on TikTok. Pretty annoying that. Have you gone outing? started with Silver too. Before that, I occasionally played Red on my neighbour's Game Boy. So we had Silver, but we also had Red and Blue and Yellow for some reason. I think we originally thought they were all separate games when they're kind of not. So we would have had Red, Blue, and Yellow first, but I think Red was broke and the battery didn't work, so we couldn't save it. But I was a bit too young to understand like Blue and Yellow. You know, my sister played them really. She was a bit older than me. I think my parents must have learned that they're not all the same. That they're all the same game basically, because we had Red, Blue, and Yellow, but on Gen 2 we only had Silver, and that's it. Like they didn't make the same mistake twice. They didn't buy Gold and then Crystal as well. I think I remember when I was wanting to get Emerald. I think I wanted to get it for my birthday. It would have been possibly my 9th or my 10th birthday. I remember having to explain that it wasn't the same game as Pokemon Ruby, like it was a little bit different. Hateful, which it was. Yeah, they did. It's good marketing. Yeah, I mean, they must have made so much money off like duplicate sales, and they couldn't really like boycott it afterwards because it's all that kids wanted after that as well. Like they would have just learned. They would have just, you know, been burned the first time and that's it.